It's Cuz LP here. It's been a bit since I gave a story time. I got a few of them. I'm gonna hash them out and stuff like that. But I got one for you today. It's really not really. It is a story time kind of. So basically, I used to work at the cemetery, right? And yeah, I did all types of jobs and shit there. I was the weed eater, eat around the headstone. I cut grass. Um, I cremated people. I buried people. All that shit, like really cremated them, grinded up the bones, all that, put them in the box. Had to do that shit for like 3 years. Well, like, not really had to, but it felt like I had to. But like, so I did this shit for like 3 years. I don't condone smoking marijuana, by the way. Well, one day out of the year or whatever, we get a request, and the request is to take a body out. Mind you, the body has been in there for about 10 years. Literally. Like, 10 years. But this girl is moving, so she decided that she would like to take her mother with her. Ain't that some nut shit? She like, I know my mom been in here about 10 years, but I want to take her with me to Chicago. So basically, she's in a mausoleum. So it's not a super big deal. If you know what a mausoleum is, it's like in the cemetery, it's the buildings that stand up. They got like the doors on them. You can slide coffins in and out. Mausoleum, right? So we gotta go get her. Pop the doors open, pull her out. It already stink, and I'm not. I usually don't really trip off the stink, off the smell, really. But I don't know. To me, it smelled like rotten fruits, like in a weird way. But everybody else freak out about that body smell like a motherfucker. So we pulled this bitch, and I don't mean to call her a bitch, but you know what I'm saying. But like we pull her out, and like we gotta take her to the cremator because to take her with us, she's not gonna take the whole body. She's gonna take just the ashes. Well, we open the box. Mind you, think about it. Over time, stuff disintegrates and stuff like that. We got her in like this, like when you bury somebody, you got to put them in like a stone dome and shit like that. So it's not like it's dissolving into the dirt. You have to, because just in case there was foul play, they got to be able to dig you up and pull the whole thing out. And then the fact that it's in stone, it protects the casket. So any disintegration it's really doing is in there. And mind you, she only been in the ground 10 years. It ain't like 20 years. So she ain't gone. So when we open up the box or whatever, the cotton has been worn down, everything like that been worn down over time and stuff like that. You got a skeleton on top, and mind you, if you got a queasy stomach, I ain't gonna lie, it's about to sound nasty, but it's like sloppy Joe on the bottom, like just like gunk from everything just falling off. So basically, like the boss basically tells us like this, like it's like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. He basically like this. If y'all can get this cleaned up in like the next 10, like, well, in the next hour or whatever, whenever y'all get it done, I think it was like whenever y'all get it done, y'all can just go home. It's like fucking 11 o'clock. I'm like, shit, fuck lunchtime. I get to pick it up, all that shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. We slid old girl off into the thing, lift up the cotton. We had to pick all that stuff up. I hate to say it, this sound fucked up. I hope this lady don't ever watch this stuff, but shit, we could only give her 50% of her. All the rest of her fell and like got stuck in the cotton and shit. Like, I don't know if we were supposed to cremate the cotton too, but all we could, I don't know. It just show you that was a dumbass idea. You should have just came back to visit her. Like, why would you take somebody out? Ain't that like disrespecting their grave or something like that? Cause motherfuckers gonna hear this story and be like, man, y'all crazy for not putting Oliver in the box, or y'all wild and stuff for like how easily y'all just did all that stuff. But it's like, man, if you work at a place for a long time, you get desensitized. And like some things people request is just stupid shit. You can't tell me that's not some stupid shit. Like, why would you take somebody out that's already been buried for so long? That doesn't make sense. You do that shit like right when they getting buried. Like, I'm gonna stay long enough for the funeral and take them on. I don't know what their problem was, but that's basically it for my story time today. It really wasn't a story time. I was just talking about times at the cemetery. I mean, I got other stuff, from when I was at the cemetery. Shit. Oh, one time I was at the cemetery, no bullshit, right? So the the homie, he he uh he used to work with us. His name Dom. He used to work with us, right? So I'm working one day and like he late to work. He late to work like a motherfucker. So I look back. I didn't park the truck. So the way the cemetery set up, it got like these little headstones and shit like that. So like I didn't like park this bitch to where like I can see the car or whatever, but it's like I can get to it, but we left the keys into it because it's like busted down. I know I'm telling this shit kind of gibberishy, but I'm trying to really explain this shit. But it's like it goes like a gate car. This bitch kind of got some winding road to it, but when you turn up the thing, I'm sitting basically to the left of that, and I'm faced kind of away towards like the street, and like but it's on the road inside the cemetery, but I'm faced towards the real street. So like I look back assuming that it's the homie, right? And he gets in the car or whatever, and I'm looking like, oh, this is bro. But when I see him, he's sliding over the seat. I'm like, what the fuck? Why wouldn't bro just grab a weed eater, hop out real quick? I go, oh shit. So I run towards the car, and it's this white dude, cuz pull out a knife on me, like bam. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, well, damn, you can have this motherfucker. Cause I tried to swing on him, but I was like, nah, he ain't stabbing me my shit over something that ain't mine. I'm like, yeah, you can have that motherfucker. This bitch ass dude gonna go. As he drive away, I'm like, oh, this motherfucker fell. So when he hit the motherfucking corner and slide up, I take off running. I'm like, I bust into like the office of the cemetery. I'm like, Matt, this motherfucker robbed me. Get your gun. He looking like this. My boss, mind you. My boss is like big dude, right? Talk cash money shit. When I say cash money shit, I mean he be like, I'll blow his fucking noodles out. I'll blah 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 blah. I'll knock his shit in the dirt. Like country dude too. So he's saying like all types of shit you don't really know nothing about. But well, I don't really know nothing about them. If you know, cool for you. But basically, I go, hey Matt, get your gun. He goes, what? They robbed me for the truck. Matt, get your gun. So they taking time. Mind you, it's hard to get the fuck out because the two gates are right next to each other. They're on both sides of the office. You got to go through all these windy roads to even get back to that. So this motherfucker's trying to figure out how to get out and he can't. So he really just slides in front of us. So imagine you just walked out of a building, you looking straight ahead of you, and the motherfucker's coming from left to right in front of you. Slow as shit because this motherfucking truck only can go 30 because it's broke as shit. And it like, it's stuck in gear even though it's automatic, like it's stuck in like a certain gear because it's broke as shit. So like this motherfucker's having a hard time driving. So instead of this motherfucker pulling out this shit, free body, not condoning murder, don't think that's cool or anything, but free body like a motherfucker. This dude could have just lit the car up and stuff like that. He gonna point the gun at him, holster still on. Okay. So you not shooting shit, and like a motherfucker got the left or the right side holster, so you can't even put your finger completely through. So he gonna go off the tap press and blow his fucking holster off if that's the case. But he's just pointing this gun at this motherfucker. He not trying to shoot. Mind you, this motherfucker has to come back past us, so this motherfucker just keeps aiming. Lets him leave. Like nigga, what the fuck? You just let this motherfucker leave, bro? What the hell? This nigga gets in his car, drives after him, tries to cut him off. Nigga then took off. Turns out, nigga then robbed somebody else this morning right before he did that shit and shit like that. So this my job. The police the police like, who did you see? Who robbed you? I'm like, yeah, some dude with a ponytail, blah blah blah. Da, da, da. They're like, we already caught him, and we got you guys' truck and all that stuff too. They made my boss go up there to like verify it was the truck or whatever and stuff like that too. And they were like, this dude done already robbed like an old lady this morning, some other shit. So, you know what I'm saying? Obviously that shit was work related, so I had to talk to the folks, or I probably wouldn't have. But like this shit, like that shit was so motherfucking crazy and shit like that. Like dude drove down the road, like drove in between some parking lots and was already trying to break into a F-150 to slide again. I'm like, cuz was on a roll. Shit, that job was just wild though, bro. Like people was robbing us left and right, stealing all types of shit. One time, hey, look, one time I came to work, right? Hmm. Let me like this real quick. So, basically, one time I was coming to work. Like I used to be kind of homeless for like a month, right? So I was sleeping in my car. I basically came home and well, I'm stupid. Came home. I came to work. I ain't have no home. I came I came to work or whatever at like 5 in the morning. So I basically sleep, get up at 5 in the morning. I had the keys to the door. I basically just unlock the door, go my ass inside and kick it till like 7. Basically knew a young brother was smoking, so I'd just be in that motherfucker blowing till 7 doing my job. Opening the gates, making sure everything ready to go, not hurting nothing. Well, I go ahead and get in here one day, and like I noticed the back door kind of open. Fuck, the back door open, but this motherfucker's dead bolted shut, right? So when you notice that it's dead bolted shut and stuff like that, and you notice that the door been pried the fuck open, you like, what the fuck? So I run to the door and I push that bitch open. And I guess I just barely missed, or me unlocking the door then scared some motherfuckers off. Because when I turn back and look, because the way this shit's set up is like the back, it's two big ass doors, two big ass garage doors. The backhoe right here, the truck right here. These motherfuckers and took one of them big ass rolly tool sheds. My fault, I was looking around. Took one of these big ass rolly tool sheds and threw that bitch in the back of the truck. Right? So basically, I'm looking like, oh, these motherfuckers was about to steal everything. These motherfuckers already had stole a gator from us. A fucking gator, bro. And they drove it down a fucking walk trail, a bike trail. Like they drove it down a fucking bike trail. How the fuck did you fit it? And who the fuck created a bike trail to the back of our shit? Were y'all I wonder if these motherfuckers made that trail just to go to the back of our shit. Like this shit is fucking crazy. These motherfuckers stole that. So these motherfuckers was coming back. They was finna milk us for everything. They didn't try to steal everything from us. They stole this one truck. My uncle tried to hop on the car. He was like, yeah, this nigga then slung him. Hit the rocks. Took off running. Fucked his feet up. I'm like, man, this job was the wildest job I ever had. We didn't track the niggas down, pulled up to their house, talked shit to them, got ready to do something to them. I'm like, it was the wildest life ever, bro. It was. It was just every year shit changes for you. Stay blessed. Be happy that it keeps moving up because hard times don't last. But that's basically all I got because I'll never stop on stories from that motherfucking cemetery, dog. Like, I real talk. If y'all want to just straight stories from the cemetery, I just told y'all 3 on God and then a little bit of another one. So I'm like, and that's not even all the stuff that happened there. Like we did all types of dumb shit. Like took a PCP pipe and took all the artillery shells I had in my car. My boss gonna take all the gunpowder out the motherfucker, pack that bitch with like water and cement because we had cement to make them stone things. He gonna pack that bitch with a little bit of cement in that to make like a little kind of like a concoction type of shit. I don't know how he fucking did it. I think he mixed it with something else. It might have been something else, but it felt like there was cement in that bitch too. And so this motherfucker gonna put this bitch together, light this bitch in the dirt on the back. Boom! Fucking colors everywhere. You just hear sirens start going off. These motherfuckers looking for the fire of the bomb or something. These motherfuckers that made a bomb. The fucking homie Kiki and the boss. Shit fucking just dumb. I don't know what the fuck we had going on, but hey, continue to fuck with me, like, subscribe, and share. I'll try to have more stories. I really do have some more, but I gotta make sure it's cool with the homies if I tell it, because I started to tell it just a minute ago, and I was thinking about the story. I'm like, Damn. We was doing some vile shit in that motherfucker. I can't tell that story. So basically, like, subscribe, and share. Continue to fuck with your boy. Stay positive. Love life. And bye.